Hello. Hey, Alba. Um, Cool. So, the usual, can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm being observed by a cat, as usual, honestly. Hello. Well, awesome. So, yeah, welcome to the seventh day. Hi, David. Hi, Kara. Cool. So, yeah, I just realized today that it's the seventh day. So we've been working on this thing for a week, which is a little crazy. Um, we sort of made it to the second floor, maybe. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Um, so yeah. So today, after my this life, I'm going to be a guest on Olga's channel for a little chat on pretty things and why we like them. So I'm actually gonna post the link now as well. Can do it afterwards as well. But I believe that's yes. So that's the link for afterwards if you want to join us, and you should because it's fun. But today, basically, let's do a half screen. Yes, we have the floor and stairs from yesterday. I'm going to paint the stairs to look like wood because right now they look like sprayboard, which is less of the look we're going for. Um, and for the floor, you might have seen the picture on my social media, but basically, I just did I added some painting. Oh dear, no, it's okay. Okay, there's an insect walking on the ceiling, and Nox is very excited. That's going to be fun. I hope she will not land in the middle of my desk at some point. But yeah, so you might notice that I actually redid the routes, I think it's called, the lines between uh the the tiles because I felt they should be like thinner. So, hey Vina, hey Sue. Um, so yeah, so I added a bit of paste and redid them just more fine and stained it with some pumice stone distress ink because it's one of the best colors for dirty things, actually, because it's this combination of gray brown with this tinge of green. So it looks really just like a dirty floor. Awesome. So now we're going to color the stairs. I have finished them to so they actually, reach the okay. I'm going to move to the full uh, screen here because from some reason I can never be in the middle of the half screen. So you see half my face, and that's just weird. So I'm going to paint it with some browns. I will start, and I'm using acrylic paints just because I feel that they do the best job for this kind of thing. Yep, I have some water here right off the screen, but you'll have to believe me, and we'll just paint. And yeah. So this is an where are you? Raw umber brown, which it dries darker than it goes on. So I always take that into account. But hey, Leanne, thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, we'll see how we make it. I'm trying very hard not to be distracted by the cat trying to hunt something on the ceiling. It's very hard. Hey, Lynette. Cool. Yeah. So, as usual, it's going to be, I do want a good coverage here, so it's going to take a few layers. It's also, after gluing all the stairs together, I did cover it all with Mod Podge, so it's not as porous, or basically it's not so porous anymore in general, because Mod Podge does um, is a sealer as well as a glue. So it's strength and everything, but it does mean that it can be a little bit more, I don't know, difficult to get the paint to stay in place, but it tends to do a good job. Especially because Amsterdam paints, acrylic paints are pretty thick. They're not super thick, but they're pretty like heavy-bodied, so they do a good job in covering um, the object being painted. Yep, sealed it. Yeah. The benefit of the Mod Podge is also that it really does give it a bit of an extra strength, and you know, it's kind of a thin object, really. It does, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it does still have flexibility, which I will utilize actually when I'll glue it down, because if you recall, there's a window that is right here basically, and if the stairs go completely straight like this, they kind of go right over the window, so I plan to kind of curve them a little bit, so that the window will remain as is. Okay. Oh, and something that I wanted to show you, which, probably not the best timing when the paint is not dry, but I don't know. Can you see the edge of the stair? Oh, there. That's a good angle, I think. Did you see the that it's a bit diagonal? So what happened is that you can see how steep it is as and basically if I left it just 90 degrees, there's barely a stair, barely a space. And by doing this, giving it this angle, I just gave a bit more space, and gave it a more of a, well, more of a clear stair shape. I will say I still wouldn't want to climb these stairs, and I do feel like I need to add a banister somehow, even though adding a banister in this angle is a bit interesting, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, so just gonna color all of it. Oop. And actually the layers of, you know, the fact that I layered 3 pieces um, of gray board for each stair, it creates these lines that actually helps a bit for this wood look. And I just try to, when I'm painting this the stairs, I'm just trying to keep with this elongated look. No, angle, yes, I guess with this angle, horizontal angle. Would that be a good a good description? Um, yep, exactly. What would I do without you, Sue? Honestly. Um, so yeah, just to kind of keep it to give this the basically to use the brush strokes to give more of the feel of the wood itself. So just going back and forth. But I need some more paint. And I am going to afterwards, dry brush it with both darker colors, darker shades of brown and lighter. The light, I think I'll use cream probably to give it a kind of dusty look. Yeah, but for the base, I first wanted to be kind of what I like about this brown is that and that's it acrylic paints, it's interesting how different they are from one brand to another. Because like, what was it, burnt umber or raw umber? Sorry, raw umber. Um, Raw umber is a very classic brown shade that you can find in pretty much any company that creates acrylic paints. But it's going and the shade will be similar, but the way that the paint itself goes on your painting, your object, whatever you're painting, can be very different. And this one, and it's even within the Amsterdam paints, you have some that are more opaque and some that are more it's not really translucent, but have some translucency. And this one does have a bit of translucency, and because of that, um, it kind of has an ability to create layers on its own. Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's really fascinating how the same sort of color can have different interpretations, shall we call it, by different companies, something like that. But I think what I like about this specific one, the Amsterdam one, is that it has enough translucency that when you kind of paint it with layers, it's almost you almost don't need any other shade, like any other brown to create the shading, the different colors. Like, yeah, I don't know. You look, it's still wet, so it's shiny, so it's hard to see, but look at the variation that goes like, just a second, let's catch the angle, like around here, right? How light it is and how dark it is. And it's all the same paint. So I just, I really love this one. I find it very useful for wood and the like. So yeah. Okay, so this is basically first layer, and we need to let it dry completely. And I need to clean my fingers. Yeah. So just I'm just using a baby wipe for a quick clean. And something else that I wanted to show you today is actually I'm planning it for the second floor, or the, I don't know, because I always basically when I planned this house, then this floor that we're working with worked on, the kitchen and the hall, I think of it as the ground floor, like the entrance, because the entrance to the house is here, right? So I'm thinking of it as this is the ground floor, and we're going to move to the next floor, the first floor basically. And I haven't built it yet. I might do it today during Olga's live because I do have all the pieces cut. It's very exciting, but we'll see because I might be distracted by talking to her. But I can show you already. I don't remember if I actually showed it to you with the first floor. Did I show you the pieces? Oh yeah, because I built it live. Honestly. But basically, yeah, we have all the pieces that will kind of go around to build the floor. And so this floor will be pretty much half of it is we're gonna have a parlor here and the dining room here. And something that I want to do, I might do it, and we'll have like a big hall here that will be connecting between both of them, and this area here is where the stairs come from below. And one of the things that I wanted to do for definitely the hall, I think, and maybe the dining room as well, is that I want to continue with this kind of wood paneling for the walls, but I wanted to have them more decorated. So because that's kind of, yeah, Victorian style. So what I'm going to do is basically I use the die to cut this, bring it up. You can see how delicate this is, and it's the same wood paper that I used for the first for the floor in the hall and all of that. And basically what I want to do is just cut this, and I cut it from a bigger piece here, and I will layer it on top of another piece, glue it down, and then we will have this kind of raised, hey Moika, raised details that you see very often actually in Victorian houses. So yeah, I want to show you, this is the die. It's a very old, actually, Tonic Studios die. I might use this one in another area because it also has this. See, so this is the design I cut, and that's the other design. And I really like it because, yeah, I feel like it has the right feel. So basically, I die cut it and put it on. No, first I glued it on a double-sided sticky tape, and then I die cut it. And I want to first. Where's my trimmer? Because I want to have this side about the same width as this, the edges. I might actually try and make it a little bit a little narrower. Let's see, because it's gonna be it's fine. It's gonna be quite high paneling on the walls, but because the second floor or the first floor, at some point I'll decide if I'm calling it the first or second floor. But the first floor is the walls are 8 centimeters tall. So this is about a little bit over half, but I think that's going to be a nice height anyway. So just before I glue it down, oops, careful, careful. Just want to make sure to have the edges pretty much even. They don't have to be exactly even. Should be okay. Just a bit. Sorry. I'm trying to. Usually I look at it right from above, but at the moment my phone is right from above, so it's a little hard to see. There we go. And let's see if I can get it off with the sticky tape. It's not that big here. Yeah, exactly. It's one of the things that I really, really love about Victorian design. Oh, huh. Okay. I'm gonna need to get these the details out first then. I thought I might be able to kill just the frame, but nope. So we'll just give all of those a little bit of push. So yeah, so one of the things that I like about Victorian houses is the ridiculous amount of details. And this is why actually, I'm going a little bit crazy with the details here in this project, more than I would like necessarily do in other things. Um, but it just, yeah, Victorian houses, especially if it was high society, was definitely just everything was decorated. And I love that about them. I love that aesthetic. So I am attempting to, recreate it in tiny size, basically. So I am definitely trying to have as many details as I can. And it's fun to kind of look at, you know, things that you have like these dies, and they were definitely not, planned to be a panel, like wooden panel in a miniature house, but hey, it works. So it's kind of fun to find new ways to use things that you have. Um, I am going to, of course, make it colorize it a bit to fit um, with the darker wood that we had in other places. And aside from the fact that I feel like usually they use darker wood, it's also supposed to be aged, and wood definitely gets darker over time. So yeah, we'll color it in a bit. And I will have very distressed fingers or something. But that's usually what happens. Okay. Yeah, this always takes a bit of time. Let's see if we can. No, no, just. I will not be impatient. I will go over all the pieces till the end. Uh, yeah. Oh, ooh. I have to say that, yeah, I am very happy with how well this wood paper cuts, because, yeah, um, yeah, because wood is not naturally, like, not necessarily cuts to this fine detail so easily. So I was very happy to see that it works with the die cutting machine and everything without cracking. That was a very happy moment. I think we're good. And now just sort of Okay, that's gonna be interesting. You lost some pieces. Okay. Here I thought they will go with the paper, but yay. It's what we have the non-stick mat for, to catch all these pieces, because otherwise they will be on my socks, for sure. And possibly on Kitty's legs, which is not so much fun. Okay. Come on. Go. Just making sure. Yes, I actually did get all of them out. How exciting. So, just putting down it. And there's some dirt. There we go. Aha. And I will paint it now, or stain it. I don't know. And afterwards, when it's done, I will I will seal it with either collage medium or Mod Podge, sort of depending on how much shine I decide I want them to have. As you know, sometimes that is actually the point of having all the different glues and mediums, because they have different finish, and even if they do very similar things, the final kind of feel of the object that you're using can be very different depending on what you use. So, yeah. We'll pretend that's the only reason that I buy all of them, and not because I just want all of them to be mine. Okay. Just kind of give it a bit of an extra push. Seems fine. Just bring it up to the camera a bit so you can see. And what's nice about using a die for that is, of course, dies have this tendency to curve the edges of the piece that they've cut. So it really gives this feel of a carved raised wood. So fullness. And to stain it, I'm just going to use some Rinkers, because that is the fastest way to do it. Cool. Okay. Well, it's the fastest way to do it if you want a deep color, and I would not need much more than this, probably. Yep. Because of course you can use I mean, the reason that, for example, I don't want to use acrylics is that acrylics will cover it completely, and then any trace of wood grain that we have from this, because it is natural wood, will be lost. And dyes, because they are translucent, they will paint it. They will give it this very dark, very nice wood color, but it will not the I don't know, yeah, basically the wood grain will kind of come through. You'll see it, yeah, I think you can already see it a bit here. Just a sec. Um, yeah, so you see that there is a line right here that is from the wood grain that it takes the paint a little differently. So acrylic will cover it completely, but um, dye inks will not. So there. Sometimes I feel a bit like I'm lecturing. I don't know. I hope it's interesting for y'all. Um, yeah. Cool, because it looks like the generally speaking, the raised part, die cut part, does seem to take the ink a little bit differently, which I did not expect, but I like. So happiness. Yep. So I think these will be very kind of, you know, befitting, elegant wood paneling befitting a fancy house, which is what we're going for. We definitely, thank you. I definitely want to play more with this kind of using dyes for all kind of little decorations. Expected. In the house because, like I said, there's a lot of detailing in Victorian houses, and I definitely want to try and recreate it. Obviously, it's not possible to go completely crazy with it because I'm doing a very small miniature, really. Like the scale, I'm not really sticking to a specific scale. Like I didn't choose one of the um I don't know, common scales, but if you are familiar with miniature scales, then this one is somewhere between the 1 to 48 to the 1 to 35, I think it's called. Like, um, one is common in doll houses, and the other is common with um, role-playing game miniatures, so it's very different fields, but yeah, they work. I am somewhere in between. Okay. So I think this is dry enough for me to, are you dry enough for me to add more? I think so. Looks fine. So I don't know if I want to go any darker actually. I think this is a good color for like old wood, basically. So I think I'll stay with this as dark. But opening my tanks of paints. Yeah, I'm gonna use a little bit of cream just to dry brush it for dust and wear. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm the same with scales. I mean, I care about scale within the specific project that I'm working on. Most of the time, sometimes I'm like, it looks good. I don't care. But I don't really worry about whether it fits a specific scale because, well, basically, once you decide that you're doing everything yourself, you're not like buying parts to add in, then you really don't need to worry about it at all. It's only when you use, if you want to build a miniature that fits a specific doll or like a specific piece of furniture that you bought, then you might want to worry about scale. But Otherwise, not really. Okay. Do I need more? Possibly. Would matter if you, yeah, exactly. So, because in this case, I am planning on building our furniture and stuff and everything, then I don't need to worry about the scale. Cool. So, um, a bit more of the cream. Really do need surprisingly little. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised about, considering I am working on a miniature. It's all tiny, super tiny. And this side is actually going to be on the wall. But yeah, it's already looking pretty good, I think. I might. And there will be a more like general dusting, shall we call it, of everything when I get when we have things more well placed inside already. Yeah, that's already, I think that's already looks pretty good, actually. And I think that for this one, for these stairs, I might actually use, I have like a super matte finish varnish that really is matte, because most of the time when you have matte finish, it's actually kind of, mm, well, satin, I guess. It would have still a bit of shine, but I think that I might want these ones to be completely not shiny anymore. Okay, so let's see what else we can do then. Maybe, so I think this is good. So maybe we'll start building the next floor. This is very exciting. Shall we start building the second floor? Pennywise will not. Oh, do we want Pennywise to? Ah, okay. No. Okay. That makes more sense. I don't know why, but I completely misread what you said. Yes. Oh, hey, Christiana. Um, okay. So I think that um, I'll just clean up this space a bit, and I think that I will start gluing the second floor together. Because yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a slight what do you call it, phobia even, of gluing all the pieces of like the floors and the walls that we've done into the house itself. At least not until I know that I'm happy with what's going on. I just keep being afraid that that I'll glue it down and then I'll have to change something and I'll have to destroy what I already did and blah blah. I'm chicken shit, that's all. But soon we will not have excuses anymore because I will have the second floor. Now, as you can see, I have decided in the end that in this floor I'm gonna go with most of the windows are just square edged. They're not, I don't have the arches here, but that's also because I think that these rooms will actually have curtains and stuff. Um, and yeah, okay. See, just organizing the pieces where they're supposed to be. We have a lot of windows. These are doors, by the way. These will be doors for little portraits that we'll add. And my favorite blue. Let's see how many I can glue before we have to finish. Not all of them. I can already tell you that. As yeah, um, yeah. Okay. I might want to finish a little bit early, so we'll have a bit more time, all of us, to get ready to talk about creepy stuff with Olga. That sounds like a horrible talk show when I'm saying this, when it's actually super fun. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So, making sure it is in place. That's up front here with a 90 degrees angle. Yes, exactly. Okay. Oop, might need to, yeah. Let's see. Ooh. No, I'm not ready. Oh. Oh, wow. I'm so looking forward to seeing it, Olga. But I feel very underdressed already. Gonna give this a nice little angle fit in. And yeah, in case I haven't said it, then before, after cutting all these pieces, I really shouldn't do it right above the piece that I'm gluing. Oh dear. Um, I did cover it all with Mod Podge to strengthen it a bit because they do become rather flimsy in these areas to a point. So what I like about Grayboard is it's quite stable, but it's very easy to work with in this, like giving it angles, just a nail file and you got it, no problem. Let's see if we've got the angle we need. Almost. Nail polish for what? I can generally use nail polish, not very well, but I can use it. Okay. So just always like making sure that these are. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Mod Podge works very well for me, to be honest. And also, I'm not too worried about it because first of all, I have this super sturdy floor. So, it keeps it together. And also because I'm layering it on it more like extra layers, and each of the layers is put on with glue. So it's gonna be very nice and strong in the end. The gray board is not, I mean, that's why I'm working with gray board and not chipboard, because it is stronger than chipboard. At least the chipboard I can get here. I don't know. The chipboard I can get, it tends to react rather badly with anything a little, like even with a little bit of moisture. But yeah, the gray board is definitely a lot sturdier. Yeah, I'm gonna smush it in a bit. Ooh, all that. Seeing already. Now it's gonna be stuck in my head. This is fun. Okay, cool. Think. Ah, yeah, exactly. So chipboard is very useful for certain things. And I mean, it's like with all of these things, you just need to put something on it that seals it, and then it's nice and strong. It's not a big problem. It's just, and it's very useful that it's easy to cut. That is definitely very useful. Because like this one, that's also a type of gray board, but yeah, I keep complaining about how hard it is to cut it, and then I end up using it again because it's nice and strong and I like it, but it kills my hand when I cut it. That's the simple truth. Yay. Did I put it right? I'm always worried that I'm putting something. No, yeah, it seems to be settling in okay. Okay. Yeah. Foam board is, I try not to use it for several reasons. It's it can be like it's very easy to work with, but it tends to work terribly. It dies with a heat gun, and also it's really not environmentally friendly. And I mean, this is paper. Um, we put a lot of stuff on it so it will stay for a while, but it's not going to stay forever, and that's kind of the point sometimes. Okay, think, just checking that it's all working fine. What needs to be angled to stay? These angles. Yeah. I actually remember from the first time the first one that I did, that it's actually a lot better to let this area dry faster, because dry for a while before you continue drying, because of this, yeah, this angle is not easy on it. So I think that I will finish for today. that's a good addition. Yeah, I'm using too much of them, that's for sure. So I think I will finish for today. We have lovely colored stairs and lovely wall decorations and 1.25 walls on on the next floor. So we have made progress. Um, and I gonna put the link to all of this to the stream we're gonna have together yet again in the chat. Um, just a sec. Should go. Yes, good. And I don't know. So I think for tomorrow, I will definitely have this floor ready. I might have the stairs already. I'm not like the stairs from the Great Hall to be clear, because you've seen me build one staircase. I'm not entirely sure if you necessarily want to see me building more of them. So I think we can happily move to the first floor and do either the dining room or the parlor or the, middle part that I have no idea how to call it. Hallway? I guess it's a hallway, something like that. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. So I've already scheduled the lives for next week. Most of them are going to be around this time of day because it seems to be working for many of you and for me as well, which is useful. So most of them are at 7 p.m. CET. There's a couple of days that I moved it a bit because, life, other things. It happens. And we'll see where will we get next week, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of fun things to do. This is me starting to think when I'm supposed to say bye. It happens a lot. Sorry about that. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was interesting. And yeah, you can let me know if there's anything specific that you'd like to see or do. Oh, one thing that I wanted to say is that so I can I'm super excited too, Olga. Um, but yeah, so basically YouTube, all of these lives are recorded, and I can edit them. So if there are at any time points that, ooh, 50% that you get chance. Not entirely sure that's considered a good chance, but it's better than nothing. Um, yeah, so if you ever like, if there's any specific segments that I'm doing that you want me to edit to, like a video that is more, I don't know, useful for the future, then let me know. And for now, I'm gonna, oh, me too. For now, I'm just gonna say bye and see you at all that. It's very exciting. Okay, so see you soon. Bye for now.